Hi everyone, welcome to Sweet Pea Seeds Inspirations. My name is Sydney, and also welcome to my bi-weekly updated video, which this week is 3 weeks compressed into one. Unfortunately, last week I was unable to find the time to record between trying to get housework done, yard work done, and making sure everything was ready to go for our little mini vacation. I just couldn't really find the time. So I want to welcome all of my new and returning subscribers. If you are new here, just quick little rundown of how the channel works. So Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I have tutorials that are released based on knitting, crocheting, weaving, and spinning. I'm trying to work some more spinning and weaving in, but also at the end of this month, you may start to see some Tunisian crocheting tutorials. That is one of the new things that I am introducing to the channel this month. If you've seen this past Sunday, I also started introducing a new series that I am doing, which is Fiber Fun Facts, where this past one was more of a presentation form. I was in a presentation form giving some facts while I was also spinning. This one was mohair, so spinning some mohair merino wool blend, but giving some facts as well. The spinning wheel that I did have was just a little too noisy to actually do like a talk over or me throwing some facts and spinning at the same time. It was just too noisy for that. But I do have a new spinning wheel, which I will get to that in a minute. And then Fridays, every other Friday is my bi-weekly updated video, which comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am also currently taking a break of my Yarn Roulette series as well, which is like a little game that's on the channel. If you see my last updated video, wow, my southern accent really came out. If you've seen my last updated video, this week is a very, very busy month for me, so I am hoping that by May I can start that series up. So that's just kind of a quick little rundown of how the channel works. So I also want to welcome all of my returning viewers as well. So what have I been up to these last 3 weeks? Again, like I stated, I have been working a lot as far as housework goes, gardening, yard work. We did have a little mini vacation. We had a wedding to go to, and it was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. We went to Clayton, Georgia, and they wanted to have a wedding in the mountains. They are originally from California. They moved to South Carolina probably about a year ago or so. So they actually ended up getting married on April Fool's Day because they were already married. We already knew that they were married, but their families did not. So it was kind of an April Fool's joke type of thing, which was kind of comical. But they also threw out a few surprises. We didn't even know that the bride is actually having a baby, or she's pregnant right now. She's not having a baby just yet, but she is pregnant. And their wedding cake was the gender reveal, so nobody really knew about that. So some wonderful surprises, beautiful wedding. It was great to actually get back into the mountains. If you have been here for a little bit, you know that I am originally from West Virginia, and I greatly miss the mountains so much. They are very dear to my heart. Being from West Virginia, it's kind of hard not to miss the mountains. So that is one thing that has been going on these last 3 weeks. So I will go ahead and stop rambling on and get into what I have been working on as far as my projects go. I did state that I have a new spinning wheel. So I ended up getting the Ashford Kiwi 3. I got it unfinished because they wanted, I think, $100 more for a finished spinning wheel. So I was like, I could probably stain that and finish it cheaper than $100, which of course I did. So this beginning of this week, that's what I was working on, was staining it and getting it put together. So it took me about 2 days to do that. I'm so excited to have a new spinning wheel, something that is a lot quieter than my other one and that's more durable and just overall better quality than the one that I did have. The one that I did have was a Good and Basics 3D print. It did its job. I would say it's good for beginner spinners. It is a Irish tension, so I feel like that's a little bit better for beginners than a Scottish tension, because you got to work with a Scottish tension spinning wheel a little bit more than the Irish. It wasn't working out for me anymore. I did have some issues with it, which I'm not going to go into this. I might do a review on the spinning wheel. I'm not for sure. So the new spinning wheel, I have not been able to spin on it just yet. I still have the tension band that I've got to put on, which I'm going to probably need my husband's help for that. I have worked with the treadling a little bit, and I can tell the quality difference between the two spinning wheels that I have. I was going to sell my old spinning wheel, but then my daughter started playing with it and she had the pedaling down like that, and I was like, okay, that is her spinning wheel. She can use that when she gets a little bit older and I start working with her to spin on that spinning wheel instead of using mine, because the one that I did get was a little bit more expensive than obviously that one. But since we are on the topic of spinning, I did get some spinning done before I got my other spinning wheel. So if you've seen my last Paradise Fibers unboxing, they sent some locks that was like purple, green, fuchsia, teal, different kinds of colors. Their theme was Tiptoe Through the Tulips. I decided not to use the locks as locks spinning. I decided to go ahead and card the locks out and then turn them into rolags, and then also spun up some of the black cordal wool that they did send as well and applied those two together, and this is how the hank turned out. So absolutely gorgeous. I do like this yarn. It's just not my type of yarn that I would use. I don't know. I will have to really see this, how it looks when it's in cake form. My thing is, I love the way hanks look when they are in hank form, but when you put them into a cake and actually see how the yarn plays out, that's when I don't like the hanks anymore. That's just me. I'm more of a solid person or a gradient yarn person because I can see, I don't like stripes. I just don't like stripes. It looks tacky to me. So I kind of steer away from those type of yarns. Now long stripes I can probably do, like the mandalas, I can do those, but if you want to consider those stripes, I don't know, more like color changing. But I don't like a busy yarn, let's just say that. I'm more of a solid, simple type of yarn. I feel like I can do a lot more than and have something look the way I want it to look than a very busy yarn, if you guys know what I mean. So that is the only spinning that I got done. If you see my last updated video, you know that I was working on a halter crop top for my sister. I ended up having to rip the whole thing out and start fresh. And I can say I'm almost done with the crop top halter top. The only thing that I have to do is weave in the ends and put the ribbing that I'm using for the corset back on the back. But other than that, she is completely done. My sister doesn't even know what this is looking like. All she knows is the color, and I hinted to her that I was using some ribbing, but and showed her the ribbing, but I don't think she fully got it or really knew what I was using the ribbing for. So she is going to be completely surprised, and I absolutely love the way this one is turning out. I love the coloring and I love the ribbing. She is much of a cheetah leopard print person, and that's the ribbing that I did use. So this is how the front part is turning out, and so there's some ribbing in front that gives it some coverage in the front. And then the back is more of a lacy stitch, or the front is the lacy stitch, and then the back there is going to be a corset that holds the straps and the back together, and if she needs to tighten it up around the bust line and the back, she can do that with having the corset back. But other than that, she is completed, and I can't wait to see my sister's reaction for this. I absolutely enjoy working on this halter top and making it for her, and I just can't wait to see her reaction. Super excited. So that is one thing that I did get completed. And now somebody asked me if I could make a crochet version to my knitted braided cows tutorial, and I said absolutely. I was kind of already thinking about doing a crochet version, but just hadn't gotten to that point yet, which I will go ahead and insert a picture of my knitted version. So that is the knitted version of the braided cables cowl. I have gotten to the point with the crochet version where I can start working on the tutorial, and I'm hoping that the tutorial is released by the 16th, if not the following weekend. I haven't started on the tutorial just yet, but I'm hoping this weekend I can get to it and get it released by the 16th. If you have worked with cables before, you should have no problem with this pattern. You work it as a flat, and then once you get to a certain point, we are going to decrease the middle stitches between the cables and then work the cables individually, braid those together. There is 3 cables here, and then you will connect all 3 cables together after you have them braided, and then you sew them back to the front portion, the starting point of the cowl. So it's nothing really too, it looks a little tedious, but I promise you it's not that bad. The crochet version, I would say, it's a lot easier than what the knitted version was, or it's going to be a lot easier for me to explain it than the knitting version. I don't know, I just had a hard time with the knitting version really explaining what to do. So there is that. Again, that should come out around the 16th or the 23rd-ish of this month. So last but not least, I have been working on a corner-to-corner blanket for my stepdad. He asked if I would make like a patriotic themed blanket for him that wasn't really the American flag, and I said of course. He wanted colors that were more as a rustic, antique-ish looking. So this is actually the first time that I am using the corner-to-corner stitch. I tried using the corner-to-corner stitch years ago when I first started crocheting, but at that time I just couldn't get the stitch, and then I just never used it again or tried using it again. So the colors that I'm using is, for the red is like a burgundy cranberry-ish color, and then what would be the white, I am using a beige color, and within the corner-to-corner blanket itself, I did 10 rows of each, and here's partial of how it's turning out. And I am currently on the border part. I still have probably about 3 to 5 inches left on the border. It's going to be a thicker border because I am going to be staggering stars throughout the border in the beige color. So I'm hoping I can have this done by the next updated video for you guys, so you guys can see how it's turning out. Other than that, that's really all that I have been working on. Tutorials this week are going to be scheduled a little bit different. Instead of Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays, I am doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays instead. Monday's tutorial is going to be based on Eastern versus Western style knitting. Tuesday's video is going to be, I think it's the knitted mug rug, and then Wednesday is going to be the crochet mug rug. Either or, it's Tuesday and Wednesday's video are going to be mug rug videos. So look forward to that. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. It is Easter weekend, so those who do celebrate Easter, I hope you all have a wonderful Easter, and please enjoy your time with the family. But have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys next time.